economy and job market are picking up quickly. If you're a job seeker looking to advance your career, or if you're an entrepreneur looking to start or expand your business, BrightPathSearch.com has a resource to assist you. For job seekers at any stage, BrightPathSearch.com can perfect your resume and cover letter, help you prepare for your interview, and offer leads for networking. For entrepreneurs, BrightPathSearch.com can help you get access to government contracts or even help you start your business. There's no need to go at it alone. For a free consultation for job seekers or small business services, email j@brightpathsearch.com or visit the website www.brightpathsearch.com.
You know, this story, as I, went through it, just kind of, upsetting. It also makes me feel bad just as a father. So you have a young sister that died back in 2014 in the Louisiana jail just months after giving birth. And she wasn't even permitted to see, her child at all. Prior to this is what ended up getting her in jail because Zaddy decided to take off with her child. Yes, Zaddy's involved in this one. So Nimali Henry, she was a 19-year-old mother of a 4-month-old baby when she died of, they say, rare but treatable blood disorder in her cell 10 days after arriving at the St. Bernard Parish Jail on April the 1st, 2014, after deputies ignored her pleas for medical treatment. So they say 4 of the former St. Bernard Sheriff's Department deputies were responsible for the sister's death and was sentenced on March 11th in connection with her death after pleading guilty to federal charges. So it says 7 years later, the sister's family says their only encounter with the child since her mother's death was a chance meeting at a dentist's office near where Henry's grandmother lives. They say, according to Henry's sister, Deshauna Henry, they said the family wasn't even permitted to bring her infant daughter, Nelija, to her mother's funeral. Now, that's low down and cold, man. That is so cold. They said we couldn't even have Nelija for the funeral. Say we couldn't take her with us. They said it's been 7 years. Say Henry's sister said. They said I haven't seen my niece. I haven't held her. They said I haven't nothing. So they said Nimali, which is the sister's family, told about the situation. She had a rocky relationship with the Zaddy here. And they said the pair split up after the daughter was born. Sounded like he didn't want to take care of responsibility. It sounded like he wanted to be a deadbeat. They say after Nimali was released from the hospital stay on March 2014, she went to retrieve Nelija. They say the baby was staying with her father, Nicholas Connors, they say, who is a Zaddy. They say, and Henry found him at home with a new girlfriend, Chelsea Lefebvre. They say now Nimali and Zaddy argued and fought that day, according to police reports, and she left without her daughter after Zaddy called the St. Bernard Sheriff's Department on her. So what was he going to do with a 4-month-old? What was he going to do? And this new girlfriend of his? That doesn't even make sense. Now, I say when the sister tried to retrieve the baby 2 days later, I mean, this is 4-month-old now. This is what we're talking about. They said to pick up her daughter. At this time, she was told the baby was with, the dad and the girlfriend at the girlfriend's residence. So the couple provided Nimali with the address. I said, but once she got there, they refused to let her see Nelija, according to a cell phone video evidence from the Sheriff's Department report. Now, I say another altercation, ensued between the sister and the Zaddy and his girlfriend, and then they end up calling the Sheriff's Department on that. Eventually, she, when they got there, at first they didn't want to press charges. Then he ended up calling back saying, yeah, he wanted to press charges. So then the sister got hit with a simple battery charge, disturbing the peace, and unauthorized entry, and her bond was set high at $25,000, more than what the family could afford at the time. And say despite the fact that she had a clean record, she had no criminal record at all. Now they say in most domestic disturbance cases, they say a simple battery is like $1,000 or less on a bond. And they hit her with all of this. Now they say 2 months before her arrest, she had been diagnosed with a life-threatening blood disorder known as TTP. And they said that which requires special medication, but during her stay in jail, say her family desperately tried to ensure that she got the medication she needed, but her pleas were ignored. This is not the first time this has happened. How is it that you're going to not give someone their medication that they need? Tell you, these people in the system is so evil and wicked, man. Now say the 4 deputies that was convicted in the sister's death include Captain Andre Dominic, Corporal Timothy Williams, and deputies Deborah Bucknell and Lisa Vaccarella. And she was also charged with lying to the FBI. Lisa told the agents that she seen the sister walking fine. In reality, she watched her collapse, they say, on the floor and then closed the door on her. Wow. They say grainy video played in the trial shows Nimali passing out and bleeding on a hard bunk in her cell. It said both Henry and the fellow inmates pleaded for help. It said, but jail staffers accused her of faking symptoms and denied her medical attention until she died. And they were saying they knew, they ignored her and watched her die. This is, like I said, this is not the first time we're hearing this. Of course, all those people that was involved, all of them going to federal jail. But it said now after the Zaddy and his girlfriend split up, he said he filed papers to claim Henry's property and established himself as Nelijah's sole custodian. He said the following year he filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the sheriff's office that asked for $18 million in damages. He wasn't even married to her. How can you get $18 million in damages? This dude is a low down, sorry piece of ish, man. He is. They say the child is currently in the care of her paternal grandparents. He don't even have the baby. His parents got the baby. They say Henry's family has the filing lawsuits. Her grandmother, Priscilla Anselm, said that, you never will see Nelijah. That's what he told the family. He said he told us that out his own mouth. Now, it said the sister's uncle, Curtin Walters, is raising a daughter Nelijah's age. It said, we want you in our life. It said it hurts so bad. They say text messages reportedly show that the communication between Walters and Connors and his family quickly devolved after Henry's death. They said Walters says he attempted to meet Nelijah at one point, but Connors and his parents stood him up. Now, there's a tweet in this article shows the baby, and they said actually she's seen her mom for the first time on a billboard. And that's pretty sad. And I feel for this child. I feel for this child as a father because I just hate to see things like this go on. I hate that. I hate this situation. I really do. They said now the sister's family has accused Connors, his family, of profiting off her death after they did not participate in her funeral or burial. They said the Connors are behind a fundraising website called Justice for Nimali. They said now you're promoting Black Lives Matter. They say Walters said because the mother's life didn't matter when you called the police and sent her to jail. They say Instagram page of the same name features images of Nelijah and includes a link to the website in the bio. Say the paternal family has issued a statement saying their primary focus has always been the physical, mental health, and well-being of Nimali's daughter. I'm like, if you care about that child so much, let us see her family. You cannot just do that. You want to collect the bag off of the death of this black woman, but you don't want the family to see this child. Listen, you're not black. You can't raise that child right anyway. I mean, you don't know what to do with the hair. You don't know what she's going to go through. I mean, man, this is why black folks always said if she or he can't use your comb, don't bring them home. That's why black folks have said that. Because listen, black folks, yeah, we got our issues and our problems, but we know what they are, okay? But when you start getting involved with Zaddy or getting involved with, Becky and Karen and all of them, the game changes real quick. The dynamics change real quick. And that's not a dynamic that, I want to fool with. That's just how I always felt with her. I have not had no kids with no white woman at all. Not me. I just knew that was a no-no. Of course, I never dated one either, so I always knew that was a no-no. But I'm just saying, it's just, I know situations can happen in the community too, but and then this is going on in Louisiana, and I told y'all about Louisiana. Man, Louisiana is not one of my favorite places because you got some ignorant of the ignorant in Louisiana. I'm telling you. The people, the black people, and everybody that I know is in Louisiana, great people, lovely people. Oh, some of the best food in the world is in Louisiana. Let me tell you that. But I'm telling you, it's just way too much ignorance be going on over there for me. But let me comment anything about the situation with this particular story. Like I said, our sister died in jail, and they did that on purpose. How could you deny somebody their medication? That's nothing for you to just go get the medication so this woman can take her medication. But these people treat our people worse than animals, and this is like a county jail. That's why a lot of times black people, don't want to be dealing with going to jail, because you don't know you're going to come out of there because of things like this.
Are you tired of the rat race in America? Are you ready to visit the motherland to relax and rejuvenate? Are you ready to explore all that Africa has to offer? Then check out the brand new Diversified Game Academy course, Prepare for My First Trip to Africa. Are you worried about being able to afford the trip? We got you. We will show you how to travel either on a budget or as a baller. Learn how to stretch the value of the USD. Did you know that 100 United States dollars is worth over 1,000 South African rand, or 10,000 Kenyan shillings, or 54,250 West African CFA? Are you worried about taking your kids? Get the game from Kellen Cash, a bona fide world traveler, having traveled to almost 20 countries, several of those in Africa. Get the game on taking your kids on their first trips. Learn how to find the best tickets, get the visas, and plan your own adventures in Africa. Don't let Eddie Murphy have all the fun. Plan your own coming to Africa trip starring you, produced by you, and featuring you. If you are ready for a life-changing experience, sign up for our course today, Diversified Game Academy. Get prepared and purchase at diversifiedgame.com.
Thank you for watching, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out the African Diaspora News Channel app in the Google Play and Apple App Store.